Yo, what is going on, guys? J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more If My Heart Had Wings. Last time we left off, we enjoyed a nice cool day at the beach while we waited for our pulley system to get repaired. And so now I do believe it is repaired, and we're getting ready to hop back into our test flights. We need to try and get the test flights done, and also to try and get above the clouds before the summer ends, because once the summer ends, then Amane Senpai will be going away. Probably not like going like away or anything. I don't think she's gonna disappear. We'll very likely like keep in contact with her and everything, but she is not going to be attending the school anymore. So let me put some chapstick on. All right. I also like to throw in there, I'm doing this with every video that I do. This full week we'll have uploads for every single series we have going on our channel here. I have so far gotten 3 videos recorded. This is the last video that I'm recording for the day, and we're gonna be getting some videos pumped out for you guys. So yeah, I'm sorry, alright, I haven't posted an actual series video in probably about 2 weeks. I'm sorry, forgive me. But I'm making it up for you with this, okay? So you can watch whatever series you want. You can watch your favorite series. Or, hey, if you feel like it, you can go watch every single series, because they're all great series that I highly recommend that you watch, okay? Alright, let's get into this one. Let's not waste any more time. Boom, baby. Alrighty. Kotori grown. Oh, and also, I've been recording videos all day. I'm on probably like my voice is shot. So if I fucking butcher these voices, I'm sorry. Okay, you're gonna have to deal with a little bit of affected quality. Alright. Kotori groaned while she was turning the pages of a book written in English. Do you understand anything? I kinda understand it, but I wonder if Hibane will be back soon. If she does, I could get her to translate it for me. Kotori was reading a foreign book about morning glory and other similar phenomena. There was few records to such things occurring in Kazugawara, so it looks like she ended up looking for something similar. It'd be great if there were some articles about phenomena that occurred in Kazugawara. Ugh. It can't be helped. It's very rare. It only occurs once in a matter of decades. It seems that when it appeared 26 years ago, it was very abrupt, and TV or newspapers described it only as a strange phenomenon. If the photo that people from the Soaring Club had taken was published back then the reaction of it could have been quite different. The internet wasn't as widespread as it is now, so articles and records from that time can only be found in the library. Nevertheless, little by little we got to understand what kind of phenomenon this is. It looks like this passage of clouds is at least dozens of kilometers long, said Kotori as she showed me the map she'd made herself. The size was drawn based on witnesses' testimonies. It was pretty long. It crossed the lake diagonally and went on straight ahead. It appears just before dawn and vanishes a short while after the sun rises. How long does it last? I'm not sure. Probably about 2-3 hours at most. There are strong updrafts around the clouds. If we caught those, we could be able to glide over. We should be able to glide right across it. What? We should be able to cross over it in the glider. Oh, we should be able to cross over it in the glider. That's how the former members of the club took that photo. I see. When the water vapor rises up into the sky near the ascending air currents, the colder air cools it down, creating clouds. There's a strong connection between clouds and updrafts. We don't know when it'll occur, so there's no way to prepare for it. There are only 10 days of the summer holidays left. The countdown to Amane-senpai quitting the school has begun. Before then, we have to cross over the passage of clouds. No matter how good a glider we build, and how perfect we learn to pilot it, if the morning glory doesn't occur, we can't do anything. There you are! Ageha, who was working on something by herself, took a breather and wiped the sweat from her forehead. What have you been doing? Making a cockpit. She was attaching pedals and a control stick-like rod to a chair. It's slightly too lame to be called a cockpit, though. What's with that look on your face? This isn't just a toy, you know. Ageha took a cable that extended from her pseudo-cockpit and plugged it into the computer. Interested, Kotori leaned over. Turn on the simulator. I turned it on as she said. Ageha sat down in the pseudo-cockpit and operated the control stick. Then,
it moved! And the rudder pedals! Yeah, great.
Could it be?
It's a cockpit for the simulator.
Operating the pedals and control stick attached to the chair moves the aircraft shown on the monitor. It felt almost like magic.
With this, it'll be more like controlling the real thing, right?
Ageha made way and sat down to give it a try. Oh, this is incredible. It moves properly.
How did you do this? Something like this is easy. I was thinking of making it when we had some spare time. Amani-senpai, you could try it out too if you like.
When Ageha called out to her, Amani-senpai, who was sitting in front of the drawing board, raised her head. Did you say something?
Amani-chan, come over here. If you practice with this, you'll get better too.
Senpai came over here and took a look at the cockpit that Ageha had made.
Hey, isn't it amazing? Ageha's built it. She's incredible. No, it really isn't anything special.
Go ahead, Senpai. Let's see. Oh, you're right. This really will be good to practice with. She operated the simulator for a moment while grumbling. I should have made it like this from the start.
I thought we could do some practice with this while we wait for the winch to be repaired. Great job, Ageha.
But for some reason, Kotri was the most excited about this. With the winch broken, club activities were grinded to a halt. We couldn't just stand around waiting for time to pass. That's why everyone's been looking for something to do. Feeling that we're making even the slightest progress lifted everyone's spirits.
This is really well made. Sitting like this is so much more realistic.
Amani was trembling.
Even though it's just a simulator, it's still scary. This will help you get used to it. We'll kill two birds with one stone.
After I let Amani-senpai take a seat, I stood a little away. While listening to their exchange, I happened to take a peek at the drawing board. Whenever she has spare time, Senpai's always sitting in front of it. There are some plans drawn there, but the aircraft has already been completed. I've been wondering for a while what she'd been drawing for a while. It's a glider, but the shape of the wings is different? The main wings were a bit farther forward in relation to the fuselage. The silhouette was strange and quite different from the airplanes I know. Lazing around as usual, huh? Oh, it's this fucking guy, this asshole. Suddenly we heard a familiar voice. At some point, Tobioka had come into the garage unnoticed. Everyone stopped talking and got on guard. No matter how you look at this, you're just playing video games. Are these the activities of the Soaring Club? Kotoya looked ready to snap at Tobioka, who appeared so suddenly and started making sarcastic comments.
Don't do it, Kotori! Alright, I got it. Do you have some business here?
It looks like Yamanobe-sensei gave you a free hand, so I came in instead to check what you're doing. Yamanobe-sensei is our advisor, but he hardly ever shows up here. That could be because of the pressure from Tobioka. If he was actively involved with the club, he could get on Tobioka's bad side. Himeki, did you quit the robotics club to play around here? I had such high hopes for you.
We're not playing around,
Ageha retorted sharply, without any fear of Tobioka. He frowned in frustration. You'll regret choosing this club eventually.
I'll work hard to make sure I won't.
She looked like she actually wanted to say, it's none of your business, bleh, but she endured it for now. Mochizuki, you've flown again, apparently. Yes, we did have a test flight. If we don't do proper club activities, the student council will get angry. At that time, it seemed like the winch broke, didn't it? How does he know about that?
Can it be that Yamanobe-sensei informed him of that?
Just in case anything happens, we're reporting everything to Yamanobe-sensei. Are you trying to cause an accident again? If someone gets injured, this time the club status will be revoked for sure. Having said that, there are only 10 days left anyway. You'll leave at the end of the summer holiday. I'm just asking you not to cause any problems before then. Yes. We left it at that, and Tobioka walked out of the garage.
What is up with that guy? He really pisses me off. He really is a nasty old man. Quitting the robotics club was the right choice. Hey, Amani-chan, that accident he was talking about. Amani-chan? Huh? Yeah, I got it. We have to make sure there won't be any accidents. No, I didn't mean that. I got really hungry. Let's go eat something.
Amani-senpai showed us a forced smile, then stood up and left the garage.
What was that about? I'm not sure. Hey, what was that stuff about the accident? I don't know, but...
It looks like for Amane-senpai, it's a subject from the past she doesn't want to touch on. As I said that, their expressions darkened. Hey, maybe this Isuka person had an accident while flying and maybe she feels responsible for it. Maybe that's why she's so insistent on staying with the club. Maybe she's trying to prove a point. It's a possibility. Nighttime. I got out of the bath. It was about time to go to bed. Amane-senpai seemed a little down today. She didn't eat much for dinner, which is quite unusual. Ever since Tobioka mentioned that accident, something must have happened. Everybody was worried about it, but we didn't find the right time to ask her. When I was thinking about that and walking down the hallway, Amane-senpai came down from the second floor.
Where could Kotori be?
She's in her room, I think. I see. Thanks. Senpai knocked on the door to Kotori's room.
Amane-chan?
Kotori poked her head out and was surprised to see Amane-senpai standing there. This was probably the first time she's gone to see her in a room like this.
Do you have a moment? Sure. Want to come in?
Yeah. Invited by Kotori, Amane-senpai entered her room. When she was closing the door, Kotori noticed me standing there. She looked at me like she didn't know what to do and wanted me to go and help her, but there's no way I could go in there. Before long, the door shut.
Quack. What's the matter, Amane-chan?
It's been a long time. This used to be Isuka's room, right, Hat?
Quack.
In those days, I would often come here to hang out. I also helped make the duck door for Hat.
Oh, really? No wonder it's so shoddy.
It hasn't changed much.
I don't have that many things. If there's a mess, it'd be hard for me to move around. Did you come to see the room?
Oh, that's right. I thought I should return this.
Isn't this Isuka's flight log? What do you mean return it?
It's yours now, isn't it?
No, I just found it.
It's not mine either.
But you're the one who should have it. After all, you're best friends, right?
If Isuka wanted me to see it, she wouldn't have left it here. If that was the case, she could have given it to me directly or left it in the garage.
I guess so.
It was in this room, wasn't it?
It was there, in the gap between the shelves, like it was hidden.
I think that you should have it. I'm sure that's what Isuka was thinking too.
If that's alright with you, Amane-chan.
I want you to have it too.
Okay, I understand.
Foo-foo. Because I came here, I can meet Hat again.
Quack.
It's been a really fun summer, hasn't it?
Amane-chan, it's not over yet.
Yes, but...
The morning glory will come. It'll definitely happen.
When you say this, it feels like it really will.
It will.
Well then, I'm off to bed. Good night, Kotori. Hat?
Good night.
Quack. And that's how it was. We were whispering to each other behind the glider, in a blind spot which couldn't be seen from Senpai's drawing board.
So Senpai returned it? That flight log?
Yeah. Kotori told us the details about what had happened in her room last night. That seems pretty meaningful.
Doesn't it? That's why you don't know what to do. She must be sorting out all of her personal issues. She's gonna quit soon after all.
Stop it. Don't say such sad things.
I don't like this either, but it can't be helped.
Normally, even if you quit a club, you'd still keep coming to school. However, in Senpai's case, she'd already had enough credits. As long as she doesn't fail any of her exams, she'll graduate. As she said before, once she leaves, she'll go back home to help her father with his work. She probably won't come to school anymore. When we thought about it, we all felt really sad. Even since Kotori got Isuka-san's flight log back last night, we became strongly aware of the situation.
This is mostly a diary, isn't it? Isuka didn't know much about building gliders. Essentially, it seems that Amane-chan is the one who made it.
According to the diary, it looks like Isuka-san was the pilot. Amane-senpai made it, and Isuka flew it. That's how they shared their roles. I recall that just when we joined the club, Senpai said there was no pilot. That must have been what she was talking about. In the log, the production process was recorded along with various other events that came with it. Rather than being a flight log, it was more like a production log. I wonder why Isuka-san called it a flight log. However, I can't say that she was the diligent writer. There were numerous days where nothing was written. There was also many things that were impossible to understand if an unrelated person read them. For example, trying to consult her about the usual thing was useless. She just doesn't get what youth is all about. And the like. The only ones who would understand that is the author and her. Most likely Amane-senpai.
Still, it seems like this is very important. This must be a very important thing to Amane-senpai. That's why when I gave it back to her, but she said she wanted me to have it. I wonder why. Is it because I found it?
She might think of it as something you've inherited.
Inherited? What do you mean?
Isuka-san's dreams. You came to the soaring club because you found the log, right?
Yeah.
You could imagine that it's Isuka-san that's brought you here.
I see. To Amane-senpai, this may look as if Isuka's dreams were inspiring Kotori.
Isuka's dreams, her longing for the sky, were transmitted to the flight log. If those dreams are what inspired Kotori, it could be said that she had inherited them.
You may be right.
Try to recall it. At first, Amane-senpai wasn't too positive about getting new members. But her attitude suddenly changed when Kotori brought her that photo in the flight log, didn't it?
Well, I guess it did. I didn't understand it back then, but to Amane-senpai it must have seemed like a destined event.
Kotori felt the weight of responsibility and was thinking deeply with a serious expression.
By the way, there's something that's bothering me.
Ageha flicked through the flight log.
Found it, here. Someday I won't be able to stay here.
Oh, someday I won't be able to stay here, was written there. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the context of previous and following sentences. It just appears suddenly and feels kind of out of place.
What is this?
Oh yeah, similar words appear a few times.
Is this about quitting school?
I tried reading more into it, but it doesn't really say what she had to leave. Why she had to leave.
Something must have happened. The reason why she had to leave. So is Isuka-san leaving somehow related with that accident?
I don't know.
But Amane-chan wants to fly above the morning glory for Isuka's sake, right?
Kotori opened the log on a certain page. This is what was written there. I still can't forget the emotions I felt when I saw that photo. To think that such a beautiful scene could fill the same sky that we always see above the city that we live in. Even so, she seemed neither too surprised nor deeply moved. That's why I decided that I'll take her there for sure. When she sees the real thing, even Amane would be moved to tears. No doubt about it. That photo of clouds is placed between those pages. You're probably right. There's no way that Amane-senpai, who's scared of heights, would want to fly above the clouds. And yet, she caused problems for her father and continued to stay at school until she became the super repeat student. She must have wanted to go and see the view that Isuka-san wanted to show herself.
Amane-chan.
What is it? Whoa! Kotori jumped up atop her wheelchair and hastily hit the flight log behind her back. What have you guys been whispering about?
Nothing, Amane-chan. That's right. We were just talking amongst ourselves.
Amane-senpai looked at me. Yes, just talking amongst ourselves. When I answered, Senpai pouted her lips. I see, so I'm the odd man out here. Oh crap, she got really depressed. Since she was concentrating on the drawing board, I thought she wouldn't notice us here.
That's not it. We're just, your farewell party. We were planning it.
Farewell party?
Because you're leaving this year, that's why. That's why...
Kotori's voice fades away. Even though it was just an instant excuse, we didn't really want to touch the topic of Senpai leaving. In place of Kotori, who'd fallen silent, I took over the talking. We were planning it in secret because we thought we'd surprise you. We were going to prepare all your favorite food and stuff.
Yes, that's right.
I see, but I'm sorry. A farewell party, huh? Sounds fun. It seemed that she believed us, and she then returned to her position in front of the drawing board.
Phew. But we actually have to do it now.
That's fine, let's have a farewell party.
I hate that she has to leave, but I want to do it.
We nodded in agreement with Kotori. I don't want to say goodbye to Amane-senpai. However, if it's unavoidable, I want to give her a proper farewell. Is that all you need?
It looks like I'm running out of lead for my mechanical pencil, so I'll buy some of that too.
I follow Senpai into the stationery store. I've gone shopping with the Senpai today. I'm what you might call the bag carrier. Even so, just me going shopping with Senpai could be considered a side benefit.
Okay, we haven't forgotten anything.
So, shall we head back?
Thank you for today. Thanks to you, I could buy a lot.
No, it's no problem at all. She bought paper and equipment for sketching as well as some tools where I wasn't sure of their usage. The amount and the weight would be too much for somebody to carry by herself.
But why did you suddenly decide to go shopping with me? Well, I thought it might be tough to do it by yourself.
I've been entrusted with a secret mission today. I have to stall her until the others finish preparations for the farewell party. The other day we hurriedly decided that we would hold a farewell party, but to surprise Senpai at least a little, we wanted to keep the exact date a secret. Right now, Kotsuri and the others should be proceeding with the preparations of the dormitory. I wonder if they'll manage. They told me not to worry though, because they called in some help.
Senpai, where are you going?
Senpai turned her steps in the direction opposite from school.
I'm going back with the luggage, to Flying Fish Manor. Why? Weren't you going to put them in the garage? Nope, I bought these so that I could do some work at the dormitory. Ah, I see.
Indeed, she brought a lot of things that she already has on her desk in the garage.
What's wrong? Aren't you coming back? No,
This is bad. If she returns to the dormitory like this, they'll be caught in the middle of the preparations.
Why don't we go for a little stroll?
Well, I don't mind. Senpai agreed to it, even though her expression showed that she was slightly perplexed by my sudden suggestion.
Alright, let's go, as far as possible.
As far as possible. Following that idea, I chose the course for the stroll. If we take a detour and circle the lake along the promenade, then I noticed that we were walking up a gentle slope.
Oh, this is magnificent.
Amane-senpai breathed a sigh of admiration as she gazed at the windmills lined up along the gentle slope. Is this the first time you've seen them?
It's my first time seeing them from the ground. I've only ever seen them from the sky after crossing the lake.
Not many people would have seen this place from the air. I was one of those few people. I feel quite proud of that.
This is the research facility for natural energy, isn't it? When I first came to Keifu Academy, it was still under construction.
And they started building it when I wasn't living here. I see. At that time, Senpai was already a student in Keifu Academy. You were in the robotics club during your first year, and after that you joined the soaring club, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, rather than joining it, it would be more correct to say that I made it.
Together with Isuka-san. Is that right? For a moment, Amane-senpai looked at me in wonder, and then she nodded. I guess Isuka's name coming from me felt out of place.
I was invited by Isuka. She found the photo in the garage. She said, "Let's make a soaring club."
I wish I could have seen it.
Seen what?
You at the time. When Senpai was Kotsuri or Geiha's age. Senpai took a good look at her own body.
I don't think much has changed since then.
It seems that her boobs were just as big back then. Kotsuri would be very jealous if she heard that. Her looks aside, I can't imagine Mochizuki Amane as an innocent young girl. Her personality also may have remained unchanged since the time she joined the robotics club. What did you do in the club back then?
They also didn't change much. I was building the glider and flying. Back then, I wasn't really interested in building gliders. It's just that Isuka said that she wanted to go to the place in the photo, so it felt like I was helping her.
Is that different now?
Aerospace engineering isn't my specialty, but I've discovered many interesting things as a result of my research. Also, doing something together with Kotsuri, Geiha, and you is fun. Do you remember when we completed the main wings?
Yeah, of course.
At that time, I was so happy. Everyone's efforts, or should I say their feelings? I can't put it into words. I feel like it all had taken shape. That's why, even though I'm scared of flying, I still enjoy the test flight.
Senpai. I was almost moved to tears. I usually don't really know what she's thinking, but now I realize that she felt the same way I did back then.
I'm pretty sure this could have been anything, as long as we could all get engrossed by it together.
That just happened to be the glider. The rest of us could probably say the same thing.
I always wanted to know the reason why Isuka was so obsessed with it.
She said while she was looking towards the scenery on the distant opposite shore.
If I can fly to the passage of clouds,
maybe I'll understand it. So that's why you're aiming for it. For that place, even if she's all alone. Senpai probably isn't really that into building gliders even now. She isn't chasing this guy. She's chasing Isuka-san. Where is Isuka-san now? The question that I meant to ask many times before, but was always stopping by biting my tongue, had just slipped out. Alright, here we go. Senpai looked up at the windmills that were turning slowly in the wind. Well, I don't know. She went somewhere. Senpai was smiling. She didn't seem lonely or sad. It was more like a smile and resignation. I regretted asking such an unnecessary question. Not knowing what to say next, I looked up at the windmills with her. Whenever I see them at such a tranquil scene, it makes me think that living hastily and always pressed for time is absurd. Anyway, it's pretty hot. The solar panels must be working really well now. Yeah. Other than the windmills, there are also solar panels here. In the direct sunlight light of the midsummer sun, those must be working like crazy right now. Shall we head back soon? Well, I wonder. Maybe we should stay for a little longer. I checked the time on my cell phone and it's still a little bit too early. But it's so hot. Look how much I'm sweating. She pulled the sweaty clothes that were clinging to her chest. Ageha said that one day, that part gets the sweatiest. Then let's go to the convenience store. I'll treat you to ice cream. Ice cream? Sounds good. Senpai looked like she was about to start drooling and immediately begun walking. I followed her, carrying the bags. I like the strawberry one. It's sweet and sour and simply delicious. Go ahead, eat as much as you like. In order to buy enough time, I'll probably need to make her eat about 2 or 3 ice creams. We're gonna be eating later, but that shouldn't be a problem for Senpai. We're back! As soon as she passed the entranceway, Amane-senpai froze due to being surprised by the sound of crackers going off. Seeing Kotori and Ageha, she asked, Is today my birthday? No, it's not. Don't you remember your own birthday? Come on, come inside. Sure. Oh. With a big question mark floating above her head, Senpai was brought into the dining hall, where she saw the spectacle awaiting her there, let out an amazed gasp reflexively. I followed her inside and groaned a little. The dining table was overflowing with food. Incredible! There's so much delicious food here! Seems like you like it. The first part is a success. Kotori and Ageha exchanged smiles. Amane-senpai, thank you for your hard work all this time. Have you forgotten? We said we were going to throw a farewell party for you. It seems like she really had forgotten. She said, ah, and nodded when she finally remembered. I thought that I should forget about it, so I did my best. If you're trying to forget about something, wouldn't that memory become all the more vivid? But we are talking about Mochizuki Amane's brain here. She's different from normal people. I'm sorry, Senpai. To keep preparations for the party a secret, I've been taking you to all those different places today. There were some side benefits though, right? Like a date with Amane-senpai. Hey, that's not what this was about. Was that a date? No, like I said, that was my first time. I see. So that's what a date's like. I made another good memory before leaving. See? So it looks like he's gladly accepted it. Yeah. You're blushing. How indecent. Shut up. More importantly, you guys have done a great job getting all this food ready. Judging from its appearance, it's mainly a Western-style course. I guess it's Italian or French, but I'm not familiar enough with the cuisine to give particular names. However, there's also roast beef and chicken had been grilled in the oven. It's a full-fledged feast. We got Hibari-ne to help us. Hibari-san got revealed by Kotori. She couldn't wait to come in and enter the dining hall. Good evening, Amane-san. Good evening. Kotori-chan asked me to come and help out. So that's how it was. Then it's no wonder. I'll tell you this, Ageha and I also helped, right? Right! Afterwards, Anchan and company came in. We invited them to surprise Senpai. Amane, congratulations on finishing school. Tatsuya, thank you. Is this alright? And we also came? It's fine, we also helped with cutting the grass. Hotaru and Masatsugu were there too. Like Masatsugu said, they did help out. Besides, at times like this, the more the merrier.
When I heard about the party, I just couldn't keep quiet. Kaneko-san, I thought you went back home. They kicked me out. She must have been loitering around the house in her underwear again. But we can't leave her out of the party. She helped out with some stuff too. Wow, it's so lively. Looks like she's talking about someone else's party. You're the guest of honor, Amani-chan. That's right, today's your farewell party. Oh yeah, thanks everyone. Alright, tonight we'll drink and sing and party all night long. Yeah! Don't go too crazy. This building's pretty old, you know. Munch munch. Yum yum. It's delicious. She's the same? She's the same as always. I feel totally disappointed. Everyone sighed when they saw Amane-senpai's eating manners. They totally ruined her image of a beautiful girl. What's wrong, guys? Oh, nothing. We're just glad you like the food. Yeah, it's delicious. Amazing, amazing. Today's food is so extravagant. Hibari really displayed her abilities here after all. Well, it's for Kote-chan's precious senpai. I couldn't have served a half-hearted dish. Hibari said emphasized the part about Kotori. She's a good person, but when Kotori's concerned, she can be pretty scary at times. This chicken's delicious. Munch munch. She was wolfing down the chicken grilled with herbs with a complete lack of manners. When I thought that I won't see that hearty way of eating anymore, I felt a little lonely. So, Amani finally retires too, huh? Although I was more surprised that she was still keeping up with it from... I was more surprised that she was still keeping up with it from the very beginning. Munch munch. I've caused a lot of problems for my dad. From now on, I have to show some more parental respect. To think I'd hear something like that. To think I'd hear something like parental respect from you. Hey, come on, An-chan. We're also one of the members who helped revive the Soaring Club. Were you also one of the members that helped... I can't fucking... Were you also one of the members who helped revive the Soaring Club? Me? No, I wasn't. I was invited later. By Amane-senpai? Who was it, I wonder? Tatsu was invited by Isuka. When she saw the parts that I'd made, she said, "This is bad." Even now, I still don't really get what was wrong with them. Senpai didn't understand it, but we grasped it straight away. And therefore, she called An-chan. An-chan's been helping out at the workshop for a long time. Manual manufacturing skills are his forte. And there's also... Oops, Isuka told me not to tell this to anyone. That was close. She said something very meaningful. If it came from an ordinary person, it would have been like an invitation to pursue the topic. But when it comes from her, I don't think that was the case. Could this be about that? Possibly. The one who started this current soaring club were Isuka and Amane. At the time, it was only the two of them. They could do the club activities by themselves? Back then, the student council were really lenient, especially towards Amane. She was the greatest genius to attend the school since its founding, after all. The teachers also turned a blind eye to most things. Slurp. Oh, that's how it was? Senpai said while slurping her soup, as if the discussion wasn't her business. I'm not a genius. Isuka always used to call me an idiot. I can't believe she called Amane-senpai like that. Was Isuka really that amazing? Yeah, Isuka was a genius. When Amane answered, she was proud, as if it was her own achievement. A genius that surpassed Mochizuki Amane. I can't imagine it. When I turned my eyes at An-chan, he just shrugged his shoulder and smiled. It was Isuka who found the garage and glider resting inside. Nod nod. Senpai nodded while she was busily biting into her chicken. Munch munch. One day, she said, "I found something incredible!" And then, munch munch, we decided to fly the glider. A lot of the details were left out, but I got the picture, so I decided not to delve any deeper. This often happens during conversations with Senpai. The glider that you guys have been flying was built by the former members, you know? Amani and the others only modified it. Excuse me. The glider that, I already did that. I always thought that Amane-chan and the other members made the whole thing themselves. The former members were incredible too. Hearing about the great achievements of the past members made us feel pretty small. We've got to work harder. While we were talking about the history of the Soaring Club, the only ones who didn't have much to do with it were just enjoying the meal. Mala-kun, these are delicious. The ones wrapped in bacon. Let me see. Ooh, seriously tasty! Such meals are great. At my place, we only eat ramen and gyoza all the time. Our dad hates Western food, so I don't eat these kinds of dishes often. Feel free to have seconds. There's still a lot.
Oh, that's Hibarine, my bad.
Okay. Kotori-san's sister's really kind, isn't she?
She's also a total babe. That damn Aoi has a good life.
Seconds. Sure, right away.
I'll do it.
It's fine. Don't get up, Minase-san.
She said as her slippers pattered when she went into the kitchen.
Hibari-san would definitely make a great wife, don't you think? Does she have a boyfriend? I have no intention to let One-chan go off with some random guy. I rigorously scrutinize anyone who would try to go out with her. It's really obvious that you have a sister complex. No, I don't. I just love Hibarine, that's all.
Really now? That's no excuse at all. Well, it's good for sisters to get along. Isn't Habane-san's sister about the same age as An-chan?
Maybe.
We all looked at An-chan, and then at Amane-senpai.
In other words, she's about the same age as Senpai, huh? Okay, sorry to keep you waiting.
Hibari-san put a second serving of chicken in Amane-senpai's plate. Maybe if Senpai hadn't become the super repeat student and had just graduated normally, then about this time she would also... Nah, there's no way that could happen. Yeah, maybe she would be married, right? Nah, I don't think she would. I don't think she's the type to get married, really. She would have swapped her school uniform for a white lab coat and worked at her dad's lab. Perhaps her new life wouldn't have been that much different than it is now.
That reminds me.
Munch munch.
Amane-chan, you're always drawing something. What kind of designs are those?
Kotori asked a simple question.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
It was on my mind as well.
It's a glider. But haven't we already finished it?
Uh-huh, Kotori agreed. Amane-senpai wiped her mouth and stood up. She left the dining hall and came back shortly after. You mean this? And laid out the designs mentioned before. It's a glider, but it has a different shape than ours. The wings are attached to the body a bit further forward.
What's this? The wings have a different shape. There are other improvements. The shape of the body is the same, but look at this.
Ageha pointed out all the small differences one by one. There was a considerable number of these changes.
This is the aircraft that we actually should have built.
Actually should have built? Amane-senpai nodded.
As Tatsuya said before, the current glider was made by seniors from the old Soaring Club. It's extremely well made, but it wasn't honed down to the finer details. It was probably made to mimic a famous glider design from overseas. There are designs that they copied it as is, without understanding its functions. That's why I tried to make some improvements.
We all eagerly looked at the designs. Even when I found the differences, I got no idea why this is any better. But the old numbers did fly above the clouds using that aircraft, didn't they? They took that photo even. In this case, shouldn't its specs be good enough? According to the flight logs from that time, they used a towing plane to fly. Towing plane. In other words, they didn't use a winch, but another aircraft to pull the glider into the air by taking off together.
So it was taken up to a pretty high altitude to begin with.
Senpai nodded.
However, we don't have a plane, we're towing it with the winch, so in order to fly a little higher, I decided to fine-tune the design down to the smallest details.
And these designs are the result.
But why didn't we build it in the end?
An-chan answered Kotori's question. We have to apply modifications to the body, and the main wings would need to be rebuilt from scratch. If you want to implement all this, it would have required a considerable amount of time and money. If they had been working on this from back then, I'm pretty sure An-chan would have been at the center of the production. It's not that it can't be done, but it would be difficult. Also, the designs aren't complete yet. I can't seem to get my ideas together. It's because I'm stupid. If Amane-senpai can't do it, it would be impossible for anyone else. Senpai carelessly folded up the designs, put them aside, and went back to eating.
The soup will splash on them! One-chan, put them somewhere else! Okay.
Hibari-san moved the design to a place where they wouldn't get dirty, and we returned to our meal. After the meal, we went out into the garden to play with fireworks. Since the farewell party was planned in a hurry, there was a limit to what we'd be able to do, but I want to play with fireworks with Amane-chan. Kotsuru decided with her authority, leaving no room for argument. And indeed, there were no objections. Well, the rest of us also wanted to do this.
This is really fun. The color changed. Hey, look, Amani-chan. Oh, it really did. That's cool. I want to try it too.
Senpai was lighting sparklers with Kotori. It seemed that this type of fireworks was new to both of them. They were really enjoying themselves.
Boring. Just wait till I show you our way of playing with fireworks.
Ageha got fired up. She was carrying fountain-time fireworks in both hands. Those are normally set on the ground. Lighting them up and chasing after someone while wielding them in our arms like that was one of our... Stop it.
Why not? Give them back.
We finally have such a peaceful atmosphere here. Don't ruin it.
You're no fun, Aoi. Chan, you're a grown-up already. Stop acting like a kid.
The picture of an older sister being reprimanded by her younger sister.
Here we go. Take that.
As soon as he shouted that, Misatsugu lit up a large number of mini fireworks and threw them all over the place.
What? Whoa! Yeah!
How was it?
My book, you idiot!
Damn you! What if someone got burned?
Oh, that startled me. Grr, you won't get away with this. Grab that moron. Come and get me. Ah! He ran away!
Hold it right there.
You'll never catch me.
Misatsugu was running around like a little monkey and got stopped in his tracks. In the blink of an eye, Anchan had grabbed him by the scruff of the neck.
Anchan.
Mabo, can I have a word with you over there? Speaking kindly, Anchan took Misatsugu over to the shadows. Listen, Mabo, it's important to have fun, but you shouldn't scare girls. You're not a kid anymore. You don't want girls to hate you, do ya? Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my, he's annoyed Anchan.
He did the same thing you were planning to do, you know.
Everyone's so childish.
Preach, Hotaru.
Hey everyone, the shaved ice is ready.
Kaneko-san came out into the garden carrying a big tray with shaved ice.
Here you go. We've got syrup too. Oh, here you go. We've got syrup too. Yay, shaved ice.
Ugh.
Shaved ice. Do you have condensed milk syrup? I want strawberry. Alright, don't push. There's enough for everyone.
Sorry for troubling you.
No, it's no problem. After all, Kotori-chan's having so much fun.
Hibari-san got a little tearful. When I came to the dormitory, the only thing she really enjoyed was eating ice cream. At some point, the days when Kotori doesn't smile have lessened, and she has fun every day. Not just Kotori, but the rest of us too.
It's all thanks to your club activities.
Yeah, probably. Getting immersed in them certainly brought us all together. Amane-senpai started it together with Isuka-san, and we had just joined recently. However, Amane-senpai wouldn't be around for much longer. Oh, shaved ice, huh? Maybe I'll have a lemon-flavored one. Anchan, can I have some too? Did you reflect on what you've done?
Yes, I did. I don't want the girls to hate me. Hey, this is what you call reflecting?
Shut up. I don't accept you as a girl anyway.
What did you say? Jeez, you guys are so noisy. Can't you just calm down and eat? No! Cream freeze.
Gobble gobble.
It's cold and tasty. This strange blue color stimulates my appetite.
Fireworks and shaved ice. When it comes to summer memories, nothing beats those. After eating the shaved ice, there were still some fireworks left. It looks like Ageha asked Hotaru and Misatsugu to buy them, but it's kind of a problem because they don't know how much is too much. I headed over to where Kotori and Ageha were playing with sparklers.
It's so pretty. I prefer the big spectacular ones though.
I like both kinds, but I'd rather make the most of the last remnants of summer instead of getting really noisy and excited about fireworks. When I lit the sparklers, Anchan came up beside me.
You want to light one, Anchan? How about this gun model? Hey, that's mine. I thought I'd save that for last.
Nah, I'll pass. It's enough fun for me to just look at you guys. Everyone looked at him like they didn't really understand what he meant. Anchan sat down beside me and looked towards Amane-senpai, who was playing with fireworks a little farther away. Maybe he does like her. I wouldn't be surprised. Amane was lighting sparklers with Misatsugu and Hotaru.
These fireworks are somewhat cute.
You're playing with the sparklers last?
It's fine, I like these.
Yeah, me too. Girls like those kinds of things, don't they? Anchan watching over them, had a gentle yet somewhat sad look in his eye. Hey, Anchan. Isuka-san, where did she go? Hearing my question, Kotori and Ageha raised their heads as well. Why do you ask that? Anchan must have realized that it's been on our minds. But despite that, he asked us back. Senpai told us that she went away somewhere. Well, I don't know if she went away somewhere. That's what a senpai said earlier today, when I asked her at Windmill Hill. Amane-senpai kept working on the glider because she wanted to know why Isuka was so obsessed with it. She might understand it if she crosses over the passage of clouds, is what she said. Hey, Anchan, why did Isuka go away? I, or rather all of us, were probably expecting the same answer. She died in an accident. We expected the worst, but we didn't want to be right about it. Well, I don't know. You don't know? There was an accident, right? Anchan made a surprised expression, as if he wanted to ask how we knew about this. Yeah, there was. It seems that Isuka was involved in that accident.
Then she must have...
In response to Kotori's murmur, Anchan just shook his head like he couldn't quite say anything definite. It happened during the summer holiday. Amane and I weren't in Kazagawa at the time. It was obvious that there had been an accident when we saw the wrecked glider. However, we were never informed what had actually happened, and Isuka never came back again. So she really did die after all? However, it seems that Anchan thinks otherwise. If Isuka had really died in that accident, it surely would have become a much bigger issue. But the school covered up the incident and pretended that it never happened. Since then, the whole story became taboo. Didn't you look for her? We did, but Isuka was a boarding student who lived alone. Nobody knew where her family lived.
The owner of Flying Fish Manor would know.
She wouldn't tell us. It seems that she had been told not to say anything. Then Amane-senpai also. Yeah, like me, she most likely doesn't know where Isuka is either. Amane continued building the glider after Isuka disappeared. It's like she believed that if she did that, Isuka would come back.
Did you carry on too, Anchan?
Anchan shook his head. That meant no. After Isuka disappeared, Amane changed. She wouldn't let anyone get close to her.
This Amane-chan?
We exchanged glances as we simply couldn't believe it. Since then, Amane and I have hardly seen each other. I've been concerned about it though. Seeing her immersed in solitude in that deserted garage was heartbreaking. On top of that, I was also completely at a loss after Isuka suddenly disappeared. We were lost for words. Amane-senpai continuing to work on the glider all alone in that big empty garage. Anchan hurt deeply after losing someone. We didn't want to imagine either.
When we met Amane-chan, she quickly accepted us. But when it came to getting new members, she wasn't positive about it at all.
The photo in Isuka's flight log brought by Kotori changed this. Time heals all wounds. Amane's stubbornness has also started to melt away in the end. But I think it's thanks to you guys that she's able to enjoy herself like this.
The color changed again. This is so much fun. It's so pretty.
An innocent smile lit up Amane-senpai's face as the little sparkles were flickering and crackling. The rainbow-colored lights were reflecting in her honest eyes, resembling those of a little kid. Senpai was finding little wonders in each spark, and her curiosity made her brim with excitement.
Hey, let's compete to see which one will be the longest. Yeah, alright. Oh, that sounds fun. Let's do that.
Anchan watched over her with a kind look in his eyes, but it was like he was also looking at something far, far away. I was so busy taking care of myself that I didn't do anything for her, my friend. I know this might seem convenient, but I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart that you guys are friends with her. Anchan, we can do it together from now on. Anchan shook his head. I've already retired from the club, but if there's anything I could do to help you with as an old member, I'll lend you a hand. Please take care of Amane until she leaves. Ageha, Kotori, and I all nodded silently at Anchan's request. Anchan's cell phone started ringing. Excuse me. Hello, this is Tatsuya. Yes. Really? Yoshizawa-san? I got it. I'll come and get it tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Anchan ended the call and smiled widely. What is it? Rejoice, guys! When he told us, our excitement suddenly doubled. After that,
Amane-senpai!
Tomorrow, the winch is
witch is coming back! As we scrambled to inform her about it, Senpai tilted her head and looked at us dubiously. In other words, we can resume the test flights tomorrow. Thoughts about the last remnants of this summer holiday have disappeared somewhere. Our feelings were already soaring towards tomorrow. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop it right there. Oh, nope, didn't mean to exit out of the whole game. God, how do I... There we go. Okay. Save. Let me just make sure that it actually saved. Wait, let's do this kind of save. There we go. Alright, title. Okay. So we finally got the winch back and working, and a lot of light is being shed on this whole Isuka situation. So it seems that Isuka was an old member who kind of dragged Amane into the whole, soaring club business initially. There seems to have been one other mysterious person that we have just been kind of teased at. Amane was like, oh, they told me not to say that. So there's some other secret, potentially some other person that, aside from Isuka, Amane, and Anchan, that we don't know about yet. And so they all started this, Amane and Isuka started the club. Later on, supposedly the other two would have joined in. They built the glider, flew it, but for some reason, there was some kind of accident with the glider, and Isuka straight up just disappeared after it. So, obviously, we're theorizing here that Isuka was involved in the in the glider accident somehow, but we just don't know if she ended up dying or if she just ended up straight up leaving for some reason. We don't exactly know what's going on here. So we'll have to eventually figure that out. And then obviously Amane afterwards has been kind of eagerly chasing after what Isuka left behind. So that's why she's so important to her. So, yeah. That's going to be it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and tell me in the comment section below what you'd like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this video or any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when a new one of those videos comes out. Anyways, that's it for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!